think, a little bit taken aback by the amount of interest that we had. We had 1,027 appointments set on the first day when we announced Mercedes Benz Places in Miami. I think we caught up with most of them. We sold the first 100 units in just under 4 days, and it's been moving faster than any project I've ever been able to be a part of in my life. So thank you to you all who've made that possible. Thank you to the Mercedes Benz team. This project is an icon of innovation. There's never been anything like it before. I don't know if there will ever be anything like it again. It is a true pinnacle of luxury. I think it is a legacy-making tower, not just for Miami, but for the world. And with that, we have a kind of a fun evening tonight. I want to introduce Michael Stern, JDS, the developer and the visionary behind this amazing project.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Ryan. So first, welcome everybody to the launch event for Mercedes Benz Places in Miami. We're very excited to see this project finally come into reality and fruition in kind of the 3D physical world as it goes up. So I'd like to start with some acknowledgements. First of all, for the over 400 strong that showed up for us, some great partners and friends, including Gianluca Vecchi. Thank you for coming, my partner and friend. Many ventures across the board. Great to have you. I want to first thank the Mercedes team. We've been working very closely now on design, on mobility concepts. I'd like to thank my partner, Richard Chera from Rewire, our partner in this venture as well. And I'd like to, again, thank everyone for coming. This project is very unique. It's one of the largest buildings going up in South Florida, and is not a typical condominium-driven development that's cookie cutter. It's truly mixed use, so you have a dynamic mix of residential, office, hotel, incredible food and beverage venues. So this will truly be a live, work, play, 24/7 environment. And as Ryan said, we've seen incredible demand. So with that, I am very pleased to introduce you to a first look at Mercedes Benz Places in Miami, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned.
real estate commercial I've ever seen in my life. Actually, before I introduce what's about to happen next, the way we were able to shoot that with approval from Mercedes Benz and JDS The same way they shoot Star Wars and Rogue One. There's never been a real estate piece of media like that, and everything else that's going to be coming out shot in any way ever like that ever before. It's a really, really crazy experience. But next, we have a really, really special opportunity. We're going to have a live sit-down and Q&A between Michael Stern of JDS and Toto Wolff, team principal and CEO, Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team. So without further ado, I'll welcome them both to stage. And I'm super psyched for this, and I hope you are too.
All we have to do is kill it. See what's more complicated. That or the front.
Well, I think those are complicated. By the way, sorry for my voice, I've lost it.
You're going to lose it even worse this weekend.
Exactly.
Alright, so let's go right into it. So Toto, thanks for coming here. So the first question, mobility is a way of life. How we move through space impacts our day-to-day more than any other project of my career. We're thinking about mobility on this project with Mercedes Benz. In totally new ways. Can you comment on the technical side of mobility and what it means to you? And what do you think the implications can be adapting mobility to modern spaces?
So good evening, everyone, first of all. This is a mega place. We've been here before, racing cars, crashing cars, and stuff. So only good memories. When it comes to mobility, I mean, Mercedes Benz is all about mobility. The first Mercedes Benz ever was a racing car. So what we do is we build racing cars and we build road cars. And obviously we're in a big transition in time. Mobility changes that we go electric. Not everywhere the transition is not happening in a way that people predicted. So it's about the energy transition. This is what we're doing in Formula 1. We're running hybrid cars with soon 100% sustainable fuels. So I think what counts today is being reactive and being an organization that is fast enough to adapt to whatever is thrown at us. And I guess this is very similar to your business as well. And the flexibility and the speed that we act as a Formula 1 team is something that we try to do in the wider group as well.
Very interesting. You know, actually, before this event started, we had a private dinner with some of the dealers in the Mercedes Benz network in South Florida, and one of the topics that came up is how do you predict the future electric car charging infrastructure you need? What's going to happen to the internal combustion engine versus electric? And I think we're all still trying to predict this. We're trying to learn, so it's really interesting to touch on. So we're here in Miami, third annual F1. What's your take on the Formula 1 experience in Miami particularly? What's your opinion of the track? I know Vegas had its first year last year. There were some issues, manholes falling around and other things. What's your take on Formula 1 in Miami in this third year?
Well, with that new track that you're going to, it's clear that you're having some teasing issues that happened in Las Vegas. But Miami has done a tremendous job. I mean, what has been created 2 years ago was spot on straight from the get-go. The audiences were great, and we just tried to provide the best possible show around the racing and on the racing track itself. And what we are seeing coming up more and more is this kind of events. Hey guys, you're too loud.
Thank you.
Hey. We're talking intelligent stuff to this. So yeah, the spectacle around the race has been more and more a feature of our races. Before we go to Monza, it was about the race itself. Now we're going to Miami and people come here to wine and dine, to party, to watch the race. And all of the things that are happening around, like here. So yeah, it's changing in the way we've not seen it in the past. And Miami was in a way the ignition of this kind of events, and Las Vegas followed suit. And you know, there's been many other great races, but these two in America, they really stand out.
It's funny because we happened to be with an F1 driver that we won't name last night socially, and he was mentioning how in America there's more pomp and circumstance than in Europe around the race for the drivers, and there's different opinions on that, so it's interesting that you mentioned that. Apart from F1, I'd love to get your take on what you love about Miami. I moved here full-time about 2 years ago. You know, Miami's really changed post-COVID. It's grown up. You know, it used to be the CEO of the company would move here to retire. Now he's moving his company here way before retirement, bringing everything with him and all that energy. What's your take on Miami as a city?
Well, I've been to Miami all my life, and I remember spent a few months here at the end of 2008 and looked at some real estate. I think I should have bought it.
Should have bought all of it.
2008 was a good moment. Missed that one, but Miami is great. Miami has been a little bit of a center point of all our traveling. When we commute between the United States and South America, it's always good to stay a few days here. And you know, there's so much to do, there's so much entertainment, but if you want to have a quiet time, have a quiet time, so it offers a lot for everyone.
Okay, I agree. Can you explain and expand a little bit on the Mercedes Benz approach to design? What differentiates it? It's just pursuit of excellence all the time.
Yeah, so Mercedes is the seven most valuable brand in the world. So we have a great responsibility in what we do, like you guys in real estate.
I feel that too.
Yeah, we are decorating Mercedes' most important shopping window. That is Formula 1. We have an audience of 1.5 billion people around the year. Some of the races are almost 500,000 people. Austin was the largest event in the United States last year with 30,000. And we need to carry it with great responsibility. And whether it's a new area and ours, and our aspiration is excellence. Now, you can't have it always, but I think that the sophistication of the engineering, at the same time keeping the holy grail of the brand intact, is something that we're trying to do every day. So in Formula 1 it's not always easy. We are changing technical regulations. You come out well with one and then you miss the other one. But at the same time, we need to respect the values of Mercedes. We are standing for a luxury, high-performance brand, and we must never forget that this is what we're doing. And I think being conscious about it all the time is what is necessary when representing Mercedes Benz or AMG.
I mean, one of the things we're doing with this building is trying to extend the brand, which has this incredible value and equity. And as you said, we have a responsibility to be good caretakers of the brand. But could you comment on the extension of the Mercedes AMG F1 team brand as a lifestyle?
Yeah, so as I said before, we are the single largest platform outside of road cars that Mercedes runs, and first car was a race car. So having said that, it's a complicated sport because you look at any other team sport, you have the players that run with the ball or throw the ball, and with us it's two drivers. But this is just the front office. At the back we are an organization with 2,500 people generating $700 million in revenue. So it's quite a large organization compared to all the other sports teams with a factor of 5. So Formula 1 has become a real high-tech business. So there is the sporting side with the two drivers and the kind of coaching you need to provide. And my role is interacting with the drivers at the same time trying to manage people that run race cars. And the commercial side when it's representing Mercedes, and we're doing it with 3 shareholders. One is a European industrial group in EOS, and there's a third in Mercedes' name and a third with me. Basically the managing partner. And yeah, this is where we're trying to be in a constant improvement state. We've won 8 times in a row. That has pushed the needle a lot. It's never been done by a sporting team before. But on the other side now, Red Bull is doing a tremendous job with new regulations, and we are just fighting. we're fighting and against a formidable team that is doing a great job, and that makes it so exciting, this kind of cross-function between engineering and the human in the car. And the engineers will always say the biggest weakness of a Formula One car is between the steering wheel and the engine. And that's the man or the woman, because humans are irrational. They have bad and good days. You know, when you and I have a bad day, maybe our assistant will know that we're grumpy. If the racing driver has a bad day, he's just 2 tenths slower than his teammate. So the interaction with the human in the car, the engineers that look from a scientific standpoint, trying to manage that is really exciting. Because the driver will say, well, the car oversteers. That means the rear goes around. The engineers will say, well, I don't see that, I see the car understeering. This is what the data tell us. The question is, who do you believe?
Very, very interesting. It's funny that you say that, because in our buildings, like your cars, we're dealing with a lot of the same factors. And we like to say when we design a building, it's not just that it's pretty, we're actually thinking about the human being who has to get out on that scaffold and build that detail 500 feet in the air. We say also, we try to keep the empathy of the human factor in our buildings. The parallels are really incredible. I commend you for everything you're doing. Keep at it, and here's to another 8 years in a row of victories for you and your team. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, you know, I will always try, if I can help you with your sales and the marketing by winning, we're ready for that.
That wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt. Thank you so much, Terry. And thank you everybody for coming. Sell. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay, before you all go, thank you most very much to Michael Stern, to Total Wolf, to the Concourse Club, to the Mercedes Benz brand team. We really, really appreciate this. The building is selling incredibly fast. Our sales lead is Rafael Montero. Rafael, where are you? Okay, he's over there. If you see him, you can go. You can physically accost him. He's okay with it. He's been dealing with it. If you're interested in Sir Hans in Miami, Yasser Ponce, where's Yasser? Oh, he's right here. Thank you all for coming. Drive safely, and let's go to the Mercedes team this weekend. Thank you so much.
Ready? We're ready.
Come on, I will present you.